steady all time again, grooving to this beat, and the laughter's in the air. All the trouble seems so far away every time I'm near. Who's singing off key? Who's playing tambourine? Who's dancing light, tripping over their own feet? I will come to you, by a world of top smile. Everything is in slow motion when I look into your eyes. Our souls intertwined, and our heartbeat is one. Storms and bad times in a heavy rain. I know you're in time, won't be apart again. When the rain take a deep breath, put some pep in my step. My crews are here, feel steady all time again, grooving to this beat, and the laughter's in the air. All the trouble seems so far away every time I'm near. Who's singing off key? Who's playing tambourine? Who's dancing light, tripping over their own feet? I will come to you, by a world of top smile. Everything is in slow motion when I look into your eyes. Our souls intertwined, and our heartbeat is one. Storms and bad times in a heavy rain. I know you're in time, won't be apart again. When the rain take a deep breath, put some pep in my step. My crews are here, feel steady all time again, grooving to this beat, and the laughter's in the air. All the trouble seems so far away every time I'm near. Who's singing off key? Who's playing tambourine? Who's dancing light, tripping over their own feet? I will come to you, by a world of top smile. Everything is in slow motion when I look into your eyes. Our souls intertwined, and our heartbeat is one. Storms and bad times in a heavy rain. I know you're in time, won't be apart again. When the rain take a deep breath, put some pep in my step. My crews are here, feel steady all time again, grooving to this beat, and the laughter's in the air. All the trouble seems so far away every time I'm near. Who's singing off key? Who's playing tambourine? dancing light, tripping over their own feet. I will come to you, by a world of tough smile. Everything is in slow motion when I look into your eyes. Our souls intertwined and our heartbeat is one. Storms and bad times need a heavy rain, and now you and I won't be apart again. When the rain
देखो मेरी शक्ल में सो के उठी हूँ। ऐसे ही बैठ गई स्ट्रीम में। हेलो, ये देखो मेरी मेहंदी कैसे छूट रही है, इतनी इरिटेट कर रही है मुझे कि छूट ही नहीं रही, छूट ही नहीं रही, बदतमीज। अरे मैंने कल बहुत ट्राई करी रगड़ रगड़ के इसको निकालने की, उंगलियों की तो निकल गई, ये नहीं निकल रही। हाथ भी छिल गया, हाथ भी छिल गया, पीछे की तो निकल गई जैसे तैसे, इधर की थोड़ी बाकी है। अब मैं सोच रही हूँ शादी पे इंस्टेंट वाली लगवा लूं, बेटर है ना। इंस्टेंट वाली का कलर भी अच्छा आता है और वो छूटने में ना दिक्कत नहीं करती, उसी टाइम छुटा के खत्म करो। और उस दिन मैंने लगवा तो ली है स्नेहा, जो भाई मैंने 3 कंबल ओढ़ के सोई हूँ, सोच इस मौसम में, तो सर्दियों में क्या हाल होगा। ठंडी होती है, हालत खराब हो गई। मैं तो सोच रही हूँ शादी पे सीधा इंस्टेंट ऑयल लगाओ और धो दो, देखा जाएगा फिर। हाँ वही है, सफायर नहीं लाई अभी तक साड़ी। क्रिस ने बोला कि मैं लेके जाऊंगा, अब इनको टाइम नहीं मिल रहा। अब मेरा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है, मैं कह रही हूँ मैं खुद ले आती हूँ जाके, मैं मम्मी के घर जा रही हूँ, मैं उधर से उनको पकड़ के ले जाऊंगी। एंड ही इज लाइक नो, आई विल गो विद यू। मैंने कहा ओके देन, मेरा ना ब्लाउज चलेगा और ना फिर उसको मैं रेडी टू वेयर करवा पाऊंगी, और फिर मैं शादी में रोऊंगी, क्योंकि मेरी आदत है रोना। मेरा मूड खराब होता है इन टाइम पे सारी चीज। मैं वो वाला केस है मेरा, जाते टाइम में मूड खराब वाला रोने वाली शक्ल नहीं हो जाती। वो पता है क्यों, क्योंकि मेरे मुताबिक चीजें होती नहीं है। अगर वो होने लगे ना तो क्या ही बात है। घर पे कपड़ों का रोना होता था, मम्मी अपनी पसंद के बना देती थी, मुझे अपनी पसंद का पहनने नहीं देते थे, इस बात पे रोते थे। अब लेट होने पर रोती हूँ, क्योंकि हर जगह लेट होते हैं, और ऐसा वैसा नहीं, 2-2 घंटे लेट होते हैं। एक तो रहते दूर है तो 2 घंटे तो जाने 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 के रख लो, 4 घंटे जाने आने के, ऊपर से हम खुद लेट हो रहे हैं तैयार होने में। क्या बोलते पवन, हेलो।
बाजी रस्तों में मारो। पहले सादिक भाई के जा रहा हूँ मैं, फिर आ रहा हूँ, ठीक है। 1 घंटा मैक्सिमम। मैं सादिक भाई के यहाँ हूँ, आ चुका। हाँ ठीक। खाना खा रही है? ठीक ठीक।
हेलो स्नेहा जी। हेलो आदर्श। अरे मेंबरशिप वाला देखना मसला सही हो गया। हाँ हो तो गया सही, लेकिन स्टिल हाँ सही है। गिफ्टिंग वाली 60 की है ना? 29 वाली हट गई क्या? 29 वाली नहीं आ रही अब? मिकोई दीदी अल्ट्रा प्रो मैक्स लेजेंड गेम प्ले ना। हाँ वो शायद से ना वो आगे वाली चीजें सेट करने के लिए हमें वो ऐसा रखना पड़ा। वो 29 से अब 59 हो गया। देखते हैं, अभी मैंने बात नहीं करी कजूतो से, वही सेट कर रहा था। कल जो ये चीजें 10 मिनट में अपडेट होती है ना, उसने लिया कम से कम 2-2.5 घंटे अपडेट होने में भाई टीम। उसकी वजह से ना सारा मसला खराब हो गया। हाँ पता नहीं, मैंने पूछा।
मैं आपको सिचुएशन बता देता हूँ। अपन देखना समझना बात को, तुम बाजी की आदत जानते हो, वो है हाइपर ज्यादा। मैं कसम खा के कह रहा हूँ, आज 6 दिन हो गए पैसों की वजह से घर जाके बैठूंगी, मेरे साथ नहीं रहती, मेरे से लड़के घर गई भी है मेरी 2 जगह से। हाँ 6 दिन हो गए घर पे नहीं है, वो घर आ भी नहीं। पेमेंट की वो मुझसे सीधा कहती मैं सादिक से कोई बात नहीं करूंगी। पेमेंट की जिसके बात की भी वो कहती मैं किसी से बात नहीं करूंगी, मैंने तेरे कहने पे दिए थे। इधर अल्फिया को काम पे जाना, वो घर से जा नहीं सकती क्योंकि यहाँ पे कोई है नहीं। हमारा झगड़ा इतना बढ़ चुका, कल भाई नसीम और मेरी तू हो गई बहुत ज्यादा रात में। मुझे पवन से पैसे लेने थे, पवन ने भी पैसे नहीं दिए। वो कहना मेरे पापा ने पैसा आगे अपनी बेटी को दे दिए। मैं फंस गया बहुत बुरी तरीके से।
क्या? एक मिनट, ये पता नहीं क्यों खुद सेट हो जाता है
सबसे
टॉप
बड़ा
मैसेज
सीन क्या
में।
हो रहा है,
अपने काम में
बात है घर की
सिंपलीफाई
जमात
कहाँ
की।
पर है?
वो अफसर कह रही कि तुम चल क्यों नहीं दी। अब वो उससे कैसे बोलेगी, पैसे उनके पास है नहीं। पवन से पैसे लेने थे, पवन भी बीच में कह गया उसकी दुकान बिक रही थी। वो जिससे दुकान जिसे बेच रहा था उनने कह दिया कि मैं 10 दिन बाद लूंगा। आदि भाई से नहीं नहीं भाई शादी देखो, मैंने आपसे दिवाली तक एक बार भी फोन नहीं करा होगा, और आप, मैं यकीन जानता मुझे। भागती भी जाना है। तोड़ो, चेंज हो गई इस तरह, विंड करंट बोल लो, वहां चला गया। अब जाओ, भागती भी जाओ, ये फिर कूदेगा ऐसे ही।
कहाँ चेंज हुआ विंड करंट?
हो गया, ये देखो। इसे भागती भी लेके जाओ वहां पे।
इसीलिए जाने की जरूरत नहीं है ना, अब तो ये वहीं जाएगा।
दोनों को जाना होता है।
हाय नोवा। अरे भाग क्यों नहीं रहा? हैं?
ई दबाओ ना भागते हुए।
ई दबाना है?
ई से ही तो भागता है। हाँ। उछल क्यों रही है, वो खुद ही उछल जाता है।
कैसे पता खुद ही उछलता है?
इसकी ताकत है वो, मेरे से है ये दूसरा। बस भागती जाइए दबा के, और देखो खुद ही कूदता रहेगा। ये देख,
मैंने कुदाया है।
ये देख खुद ही कूदता है वो।
ये ड्रिफ्ट मारी वो बस ने। जगह पे खड़ा हो जा। खत्म, पूरा कर दिया मैंने ये। इट्स प्ले विद नो गेम। नोवो भाई दीदी का गेम प्ले कैसा बताओ? थंबनेल बहुत कॉर्नी है। हाय डावल। वो तो लाउमा है, कुछ भी कॉर्नी नहीं है। होता है, देखो वो तो लाउमा है, लाउमा। लुक शी प्लेज, शी प्रेज लाइक दिस। अच्छा नेफर है क्या उसमें? नेफर डली हुई है थंबनेल में? ओह, मेरे को तो मिली नहीं नेफर। आई एम waiting for her. Dot Night Apis ग्लोबल लॉन्च हो गया आज सुबह। हाय जेनेत्सु। हाँ मैं सोच रही हूँ डाउनलोड करने की, लेकिन क्या फायदा करके, क्योंकि मैं तो कल घर जा रही हूँ, मेरे पास टाइम ही नहीं होगा खेलने का। और कोई दीदी से प्रो खेलो, मस्त गेम है। हाँ यार गेम तो मस्त है, लेकिन क्या क्या खेले ये तो बताओ। गेम तो बहुत सारे मस्त हैं, करूंगी ट्राई, बट पहले ऑफिस का काम निपटाने दो, मंथ एंड चल रहा है। ऑफिस वालों ने की कर रखी है। व्हाट इज दिस? अरे यार ये क्या है? जो भी वंडरलैंड इसमें है क्या, वो है क्या इसमें? छी, मैं नहीं कर रही। When to role play? हाय शयान। रोल प्ले रात में देखते हैं, बिकॉज आज हमारा 7:30 बजे रिवील स्टफ भी है। हाँ।
You smell.
वही से इसमें क्या पेटी चल रही है? 3, 4, 5, 6। चलो बैक टू द गेम। दीदी रेजर ने आपको रोस्ट कर दिया क्यों? कुछ बोला उसने? गाइस माइंड मत करना अगर मैं बैठे बैठे यहाँ सो जाऊं तो ऐसे। He said you smell। हाँ मिकी याद हूँ क्या? हेलो क्या दो? इसलिए मैंने लाइट बंद कर रखी है, मुझको नींद आ रही है तो I'll sleep like this। किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा। देखो मेरी आंखें चुप गई हैं। Chris बेटा he's going outside। 5 contest तैयार हैं इन onslaught के लिए। क्या बात है, मैं तो कर ही नहीं रही, अब
If ever you
करूंगी।
find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand,
Go to Nash down। काम पे।
Oh, it's been a few days. Still no news about Rarer, though. If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Hello! You must be the traveler. Mr. Flint has been looking for you.
A wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. Come on, let's go!
थर्ड एक्ट स्टार्ट हो गया है। थर्ड फोर्थ लेट्स सी कितने हैं। आई थिंक 4 ही हैं। करते हो। स्नेहा को बोल रहा है? अच्छा बोल रहा है। उनको बोला हैव अ गुड डे एट वर्क, वर्क हार्ड, गोना मिस हिम। क्रिस भाई को
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This
Looks like his appetite
कोई
truly
बात
is
नहीं, कोई बात
He's not seriously...
नहीं नहीं, रहने दे।
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here
क्या?
on patrol. As you can see, the Krystanite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki...
And we're sure
कौन से?
who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless
मिक को इधर भेजो
de-escalation
डीसी
measures are
पर
taken
पिक्चर।
soon, he will
There wasn't a shred of sanity left.
Yeah, didn't he shout out? Oh,
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
yeah. If I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly...
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to...
Beats me.
according to certain
there are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses. Besides his name,
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know... I'd be willing
कैसी
to bet
पिक्चर?
that
अब वो
even if
ऑफिस
we
का
gathered
काम है।
together every
कह
scrap of
रहे
intel in Nordcry,
नहीं दे।
we still wouldn't find more than
Don't
like
worry,
3
चलो।
useful facts about him.
क्या?
So, if we do nothing, last time we had Marionette and her big robo buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone, Paimon's
25 है तबस्सुम
about it.
और 26 है
What are we
समरीन।
supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the core somewhere like the Eye of Kratty,
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis.
सबड्यूट नाइट एविस के लिए इतना
However,
हाइप
it is
क्यों है?
worth noting
I
that
don't
these
know,
two
मैंने तो
locations
देखा
are
भी नहीं.
I agree. We should split up.
Wait, why he see a...
If I recall correctly,
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But and if we do,
नीचे की डिटेल सही फिल करी थी ना?
follow the third rule of treasure hunting.
agreed.
All right. We'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa. Let's go.
Go to frost science.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging. So, you guys didn't find anything? Not loving the word either.
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicion, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or
He's been biding his time.
वो काम on है.
no idea.
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rarir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one. Wait, he's actually here?
Where are you going?
It's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him.
Baba, look at this.
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here.
On it.
अब देखना लाऊंगा को देखना इसके बाद अब देखना कितना क्लोज दिखाएंगे इधर
Look where your
पूरा
deep
टाइट कर
light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness.
फिर बाद में करते हैं
Felindus, soon I will find a way.
गाइस ये देखो, ये सीन देखो क्या हो रहा है. ओ भाई. Yay! Everyone is vanished.
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
ओ भाई क्या सेक्सी आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट बनाया है इस बार इन्होंने.
That was too close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this
He's
entire
the
nation.
strongest
Without his
villain
strength could even
of
be
this
measured by
game,
conventional
of
standards.
this story अभी तक.
When me and Aneka showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. Well, we weren't there for the whole thing either. Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those. There are many reasons why people might worship the moon. And just as many why they might I've never met that person before. But there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. But right now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out. Running is our only option. Huh? You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape. Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait? Doesn't that make sense?
सारी old membership चली गई Mikoi. Hello AK guys, give me some seconds. I'm making one video,
A coyote
unboxing
doesn't stop
video.
for
अभी
bypassers
reply देती हूँ.
while
मैं
it's
check करती हूँ
howling at the
हर्षमित.
moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay. We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style. Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Rira's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes It takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
हेलो, आई एम बैक गाइस। अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारी पहले वाली मेंबरशिप्स चली गई, गिफ्टिंग वाली। जिन्होंने खुद बाय करी थी वो वाली तो है शायद, बट जो गिफ्टिंग वाली है वो चली गई। अब गिफ्टिंग वाली भी सस्ती हो गई है, लेकिन जितने में एक गिफ्ट होती थी उस उतने में दो गिफ्ट होंगे अब। डबल, हाँ मतलब एक प्राइस में दो गिफ्ट, मेंबर्स को गिफ्ट मिलेगा। पहले 119 की एक थी ना, अब 59 की एक है। तो अगर कोई गिफ्ट करेगा तो ज्यादा मेंबर्स होंगे अब हमारे पास, उतने ही पैसों में। चलो मैं तुम्हें अपना सेटअप दिखाती हूँ, देखो क्या चेंज करा है हमने। स्ट्रीम पर आओ, स्ट्रीम पे दिखा रही हूँ ना, ये देखो, ये और ये देखो।
कहना कि इसका सेटअप चुरा लिया हमने।
क्रिस का सेटअप मैंने चुरा लिया, बट वो सेटअप, ये वाली स्क्रीन इधर आ गई ना, ये सेकंड वाली, तो उधर दूसरी स्क्रीन लग रही है, टच स्क्रीन। उसी की अनबॉक्सिंग करी है अभी, वीडियो भेज दूंगी स्नेहा, वो ना 2 मिनट की बनी है तो, है ना। तो वो मैं तो, वो कहीं पे भी कर दे, चाहे तो दोनों पे कर दे, है ना। दोनों पे ही कर दिया, और वो वाली भी जो होम थिएटर वाली थी उधर भी कर दियो। अच्छा, हाँ वो वैसे सॉन्ग्स डलते हैं तो अच्छा रीच आता है ना। हम्म, फोन चार्ज पे लगा दो मेरा वापस से, चलो रहने दो, हो जाएगा। चलो स्टार्ट करें वापस से अपना आर्कन क्वेस्ट। मैसेज करके देखियो, हरा आ रही है तेरी, चाट आ रही है हरी कजू तो। माफी, भाग जा यहाँ से सुअर, तेरी वजह से हुआ है सब, सारी मेंबरशिप छोड़ गई। आधी नॉलेज लेकर काम करता है। गिफ्ट कम करना था, अब गिफ्ट मिलते इतने इन लोगों को, मैं क्या करूं। इतना प्यारा आर्कन क्वेस्ट चल रहा है, चलो देखते हैं। मैं तुझे ना ड्राइव पे अपलोड करके दे रही हूँ उसने, क्योंकि वो वीडियो ना कहीं पे भी आएगी नहीं, शायद डिस्कॉर्ड पे भी नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि नाइट्रो नहीं है, मेरा नाइट्रो एक्टिव नहीं हो रहा यार, मेरा दिमाग खराब हो रहा। उधर भी सुअर पैसे मर गए मेरे सारे। टेलीग्राम नहीं चलाती, उसमें पता नहीं क्या सुअर सुअर लोग आ जाते हैं। अरे हो गई हो गई हो गई, डिस्कॉर्ड पे चली गई, डिस्कॉर्ड पे। बोबा इसका नाम बता दो,
इसका
इसका
इसका इसका
ये डाल देगी ना। अरे नहीं जा रही, उसी पे अपलोड करनी पड़ेगी। चल मैं बाद में कर दूंगी, एजोपा, ठीक है बता दूंगी तुझे, याद दिला दियो कि अपलोड मारनी है, क्योंकि आज बहुत काम है, स्ट्रीम्स भी हैं, ऑफिस के काम भी निपटाने। वाह वाह, वाह सर वाह। स्नेहा रो रही है, वो कह रही है कि मेरी मेरी मेंबरशिप तो चली गई, अभी मिली थी मुझे गिफ्ट में।
कल तो दिला।
वही दिला रहा है। मिल गई क्या स्नेहा को? नहीं मिली, कामे को मिल गई। यो,
जिसको दिलानी है ना उसे पैसे भेजो तुम लोग,
है
वो खुद खरीदेगा अपने नाम पे।
क्या क्या
गिफ्टिंग मत करो।
किसे मिले? हो तो गई सारी। 1 2 3 4 5 फैज को मिली है ना? कि नहीं? 4 क्यों है? 5 होनी चाहिए थी, मुझे 4 लोग नजर आ रहे हैं। क्रिस भाई अस्सलाम वालेकुम। फैज सलाम कर रहा है।
वालेकुम सलाम।
हाँ हो तो गए 5। मैंने संदेश भाई का नहीं पढ़ा था, वो नीला आ रहा था ना। संदेश भाई जब तक तुम एक्टिव नहीं हो तुम्हें मॉडरेटर से हटा रही हूँ। हरे नाम अच्छे हैं, वापस आके ले लेना। जब जिंदा हो जाओ तुम करना मैसेज। भाई गिफ्ट मिलते ही आ गया मैं। ऐसी जगह पे तो तू पहले आता है हैं? अरे ठीक है ना, हो गया, चल खत्म कर। और ले लेंगे ये लोग मेंबरशिप, पैसे बहुत हैं इन लोगों के पास।
क्या बोलते?
अरे वैसे भी मंथ एंड आने वाला है और मेंबर्स आएंगे अभी तो।
नहीं बाबा, क्या बोलते तुम्हारे पास?
मेरे पास नहीं, इन लोगों के पास पैसे बहुत है और ले लेंगे मेंबरशिप। मैं तो गरीब हूँ, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है। आई एम गरीब एज फक।
Close your eyes.
बस कर दो, कितना प्लेन?
This is driving me nuts.
1 मिनट रुक जाओ, फाइट होंगे।
We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them. And this time, we can't fall back on Hutao's help to escape. If this goes on much longer,
अरे भाई लो, 5 और गिफ्ट कर दी इसने। मिली नहीं उसे फिर से खैर।
For the everlasting forest.
स्नेहा भी लाइक, क्या करूं मैं? भाई साहब फ्लिंस का डैमेज देखो।
होगा
हाँ
यार, खरीदी भी मेंबरशिप भी उड़वा दी।
क्या?
खरीदी भी उड़वा दी।
कौन सी उड़वा दी?
जो खरीदी थी
खरीदी वाली नहीं गई।
मेरी चली गई।
गई
हाँ,
तो सारी चली गई फिर।
119 वाली खरीदी थी मैंने।
हाँ तो 119 वाली ही सारी गई हैं।
और तुमने तो 29 की कर दी थी मेंबरशिप।
वो नहीं सेट हो रही 29 पे। यूट्यूब की कुछ पॉलिसीज चेंज हो गई हैं। ये देखो, ये कौन आ गया बोबा? ये रेड
बाहर का है, मास्टर। जीन का
आ
गुरु।
वो वही कहूँ, ये जीन की ड्रेस पहन के कौन आ गया? क्यों आई?
you're back from Amspartnir? Whoa, you're Barca? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me.
Oh, is that...
That's the one. Come on, move.
बाबा गेम की आवाज तो बंद पड़ी है
नहीं आ रही है।
ना, स्ट्रीम पे बंद है।
स्ट्रीम पे गेम की आवाज बनता है।
Wow!
जीन की ड्रेस, व्हाट द फक? जीन की ड्रेस जैसी ड्रेस नहीं है इसकी, देखो सेम।
Well, that goes without saying. AKA
आ रही है
the
बोबा।
black market of intel. No matter what fact, as an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet. So naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met.
वो चेंज हुए हैं
Allow me
बैजेस।
to introduce myself. I am Varka,
हाँ
Knight of
बैजेस
Boreas,
अच्छे लग रहे हैं काजू तो
and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a
मुंबई
long
निकाल
time
दी बात का
coming.
वारका बहुत स्ट्रांग है
Look way younger than Paimon expected. But
कर...
definitely had that Grand
अरे
Master
ओए
vibe.
मेरे वाले में ये 4 years 5 years
Well,
10 years वाला भी
no
खुल
spring
गया
chicken.
काजू तो
Just not showing my age
अरे
yet.
बस कर
Definitely
हो
feeling
गया
some of that back pain today, though. Rushed
वो
back
कह
from
रहा है
Hansford
जब
without a
तक
wink of sleep,
स्नेहा को
only to
मेंबरशिप
get
नहीं
right into
मिलेगी
another
मैं
fight with that freshly
गिफ्ट
अरे
करता
स्नेहा को
रहूंगा
119 रुपए बेच दे, खुद खरीद लेगी
Another?
वो।
You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the
इन
knights
लोगों
along
को
to give him a
मैंने
little surprise, but
कभी
he saw us
स्ट्रीम पे
coming
नहीं
from
देखा
a
जिन्हें
mile
मिल
off.
रही है मेंबरशिप
My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state,
औरा
he's
को
as
भी मिल गई
cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the wild hunt. The maybe I'm part of the equation.
Note to self.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions.
It's a long story, but
What
I'll
was it
try to
again?
make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Ooh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka.
जायोन भाई को भी मिल गई 17
You
मेंबरशिप्स थे
stood
15
with us
गिफ्ट डेड
against the
मेरी
wild
आईडी
hunt and did everything you
बराबर आई
could to
गेस
stop it
न्यू
from escalating
लेटेस्ट
into a
subs have higher
full-blown
chances
catastrophe.
ना आई
And
डोंट थिंक
then,
सो ये
for one
रैंडम
time
चूज
your
करता
way,
है
it all
वाईटी
comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the wild hunt in the past, we've never
संदेश
been
भाई
able
बड़े
to
खुश हो रहे
completely
खुद
wipe
से
it
तो
out.
लेते नहीं कहते दीदी
Turns
मेरा एक
out,
टाइम का
we were
खाना
just
आता है
delaying the
तुम्हारी
inevitable.
मेंबरशिप से
But now
बदतमीज
that a
आदमी
new variable has come into play, fate may well
सही में
take
यही
a
बोलते
different
हैं
course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a
वो
strange
ये
way,
ब्राइटनेस कैसे होगी
I think
बढ़ेगी
his
इस वाली स्क्रीन
resurgence
की
might not be an entirely bad thing. The wild hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rarier is an individual with
बोबा
an agenda. He's gotta have a weak
मुझे वो
spot
चाहिए
somewhere. That said, while I know I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
ठीक है
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you... I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even...
I hadn't heard the story about those files.
दीदी 2-3 बार
repeating my
खुद
titles
किसने
for me?
लिया था शर्म आ रही है 4-3 साल हो गए तुम मेरे चैनल पे कह रहे हो 2-3 बार मैंने खुद से लिया है
And Kuvak?
Oh,
आ रही शर्म थोड़ी सी
no.
because it happened to
Still
me
doesn't ring
thrice
a
or 4
bell.
times when I subbed 3 channels
Another dead
याद तो रहता
end.
नहीं आपको ये बात
Guess all we can
बराबर
do
याद है
now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing... Still,
ऐसी
it's
बातें
safe.
बराबर
Your
याद रहती है
intel
कुछ
also explains something else I've been wondering about. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. But is it even
तो
possible that
ऑन
he
ही कितने टाइम
orchestrated all
पहले
of
हुआ
this
है
by
ये बताओ
himself?
अरे ऑन कितने टाइम पहले हुआ
You
शर्म आ
and
रही है
the
संदेश भाई
Raker
जिस साल मैंने
Solnari,
YouTube स्टार्ट किया था ना उसके
non-crime
9th मंथ में
places.
स्टार्ट हो गया था
The way
मेंबरशिप्स
everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
जो भी हो
So,
गिफ्टिंग 59 हो गया
What do we do now? Got any ideas?
ये तो है
Right now, we've got first. We need to figure out how to my knowledge.
What if there was a way to tap into a new...
How
क्या बोल
so?
रहे हैं
Have you thought of
चैट
something,
में
Columbina? 3 moons once watched over this world.
पढ़ लिया
The
मैंने
Eternal... They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the
तो
workings
तुम्हें
of
बोट
the
पे
world
बिठाती हूँ रुक जाओ
itself.
संदेश भाई
I now bear the Frost Moon's power. And the Eternal...
Hold on. Are you
ये और मानस सबसे पहले से
The
जानते हैं मुझे।
iridescent moon, the last.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength.
The 3 moons.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition.
अरे मतलब YT पे कह रही हूँ। वैसे बाय द वे बताऊँ, मैंने YT पे स्ट्रीम क्रिस के कहने पे स्टार्ट करी थी, वरना मैं टू स्ट्रीमर थी। फैन फंडिंग में मेरी आईडी देखकर बुरा लग रहा।
Yes.
कौन सी आईडी? डेवलपर कैट वाली?
It's a long way from here to the
ये नॉटियर का
Experimental
जूतो
Design
वाली।
Bureau.
तूने तो उससे
There's
दिया
a
है।
high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. As you saw for yourself, people's obsessions on the wild hunt has plagued not cry for centuries.
It's true. We still know very
दोनों से दिया
little.
हूँ।
If Kutar hadn't given us that lead,
हाँ दोनों से आई है, डेवलपर कैट और उससे, लेकिन मिली नहीं तुझे उससे।
I doubt
उस
even
वाली
the
आईडी को
intel
मिली
can
नहीं
have
थी नॉट।
Notcry
अच्छा
has
है
a
तो
clue, and
नॉटियर
she
का
has
जूतो
info
को।
coming out of her ears.
oh, that's a rather
अच्छा मुझे
hasty
लिंक शेयर कर
conclusion
उस
for
वाले
someone
गेम
who's
का,
so
नए वाले का।
painstakingly meticulous.
कहाँ से डाउनलोड करना है?
She heard me.
ये कौन आया? डोंट टेल मी आले की एंट्री हो रही है इधर।
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking
Never
myself the
है।
same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else
तो
in
मेरे
mind.
लेने के पहले मुझे मिल जाती थी बहुत बार, बस इसलिए।
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation,
स्नेहा तुम्हारी छत्र
I
छाया
think
में
it's
रहती है
fair
ना,
to
इसलिए
say
उसके
that
साथ
our
भी
only
ऐसे ही हो रहा है।
chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Notcry. We can't do this without the curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over.
Wait a sec. Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman.
Oh,
Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck. So you're just going to sit this... Why should I get involved? What if we told you we can't... Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free. I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this
मैडम
a
मेरे को मेरा
formal
डीजी प्रोफाइल देख
commission.
लो।
Sound fair?
कौन से वाली आईडी का?
You just don't give up, do you?
मिल गया तुझे वो?
Too bad. I know
हो
you well
गया?
enough to know you can't afford my prices.
रिडीम कर लिया?
The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't
हेलो
exactly
दीदी जी,
generous.
हाय।
Unless you're planning to
जीत
start
गेमिंग
passing the
कैसे हुआ?
donation
मेरा भी
box
कर,
around among the faithful.
मेरा भी कर फटाफट।
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarier. If this girl hadn't saved
कैसे?
me,
200
I'd
एक्स्ट्रा
be
फूको बस।
leyline If there's any way we can make this work,
How?
I'd really like to help her.
This is why I'm all. You have to be careful who you get involved
Welcome
with.
to the
or you
stream,
invite
bro.
all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's. That fragment that
Third
Rarier was
person?
after.
Of course.
मतलब
Let me borrow it.
आप कौन सी
I
सिटी
need it
से
to
हो?
follow up on some leads.
मैं पहले आईटीआरपी में थी,
Shh. This is time.
I get
अभी
it.
एक और
We all
नई
have
में
things we'd
स्टार्ट
rather
किया है।
keep
लेट्स
to-
सी
and that
इफ
brings me
आई
to
विल
the
कंटिन्यू ऑन
third
दैट
and final item.
और
We
नॉट।
need to find a way to distract him.
लूट लिया,
We need
मेंटल
time to
सिटी
make
से
our
है
move.
ये।
I'm
वो
in for
इंडिया
this
में पूछ
part.
रहा है।
Count me in too.
Are you not talking about आरपी? अरे वो सिटी उसी में पूछते हैं।
Nefa did a scan of the moon goddess's Kuvaki signature.
My bad,
and we're
sorry,
gonna
मैं
use
दिल्ली
it
से
next
हूँ।
once they're ready. We'll deploy the decoys across.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then.
आरपी के कुछ लोग आ रहे हैं ना, इस वजह से मैंने वही बोल दिया स्ट्रीम पे. Shut up. Shut up. बहुत मारूंगी तुझे. मेंटल सिटी.
तो तुमने व्हाट्सएप भी डाल दिया इसमें.
कहाँ?
तो भारत बार्गेन है. सॉरी.
वो सीरियसली कुछ भी.
We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna...
You really think we're not looking for any trouble?
Do I need to remind you? Out of consideration.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
भाई साहब ये छोटी पैकेट की वो देखा है एटीट्यूड. आपका वर्ल्ड लेवल कितना है? 60. अच्छा वर्ल्ड लेवल 9 है. AR 60 है. दिमाग चल चुका मेरा पूरा.
To what do I owe the honor? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything. I promise it's nothing big.
दीदी आप चार्ट ढंग से पढ़ो.
Like you've gotten the wrong idea.
पढ़ रही हूँ, ये सारे मेरे दिमाग खराब कर रहे हैं. हंस रहे हैं पीछे बैठ के सारे.
Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past.
अरे माइंड मत करो, नींद में हूँ यार.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. What?
Arlecchino आ रही है?
Huh? You mean the name? I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nod? No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... what is it you need to speak to her? Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost... Is that a no, then? As if I need reminding.
Hello, Harshmeet. Welcome to the stream. Up a new letter? Yes.
Before someone decided to whisk me away
Old membership कहाँ गई? परदेश चली गई. मत पूछो. मत पूछो कहाँ गई.
Yeah, obviously.
3 घंटा लगेगा आपको ये क्वेस्ट. I know. I need to complete this today.
They've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. I bet you served them the worst tea you have.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. अरे इतने लोग की मेंबरशिप ले गए. मैं वापस मिल गई यार. आ गई वापस, गिफ्ट कर दी. क्या मत पूछो, 17 से 17 कर दिया, कुछ चेंज नहीं हुआ है. यस, बस लोग चेंज हो गए. आप और कौन सी गेम खेलती हो? गाचा, ड्रैगन बॉल लेजेंड्स, वुदरिंग वेव्स. Other than gacha, Valorant, and some horror games too.
Well, duh. Why else? Oh, yeah. And... well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice. Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions. And I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless... It brings back memories from the old days.
when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left.
Welcome to the Dragon family, Arjmeet.
I have no interest in dragging you back
Do you
just
play
because the higher-ups
DB
told
Sparking
me
CO?
to.
मैंने एक दिन
But if
जब
you
ये
keep
launch
hanging
हुआ था तब
around
try
with
किया
this
था और
riffraff,
उसके बाद I
the next
haven't
time we cross paths,
continued it.
we might be
Thank
enemies
you for 5
real.
memberships. So your new wallet built? दिखाती हूँ after this story.
That might be your plan. Huh? What do you
My favorite character is New Wallet.
Listen.
He is indeed a good character, but I don't think better than Natlan characters. But हाँ वो Fontaine का एक best one of the best
Another
character है.
uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area.
Chinna Gandu.
I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
मुर्दे को जिंदा
You'll
किया
be
जा
lucky to
रहा.
make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry? Go on, get
Let's
out of here.
go.
You may have stopped
Appreciate
Colonia
it.
from crushing him last time. Stay and watch if
Yes.
you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapons system.
सीना मरमुरा गया है. दिखता नहीं
Don't
है.
tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick.
किसको
Or
मिला?
you'll just get in my way. There's a
शाको,
secret passage on the second
चिना.
floor. It'll
इनमें से कोई एक्टिव नहीं है.
steal all you
जिनको
want,
मिला है.
Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to.
I know.
उन सबको
But
जो
thank
नहीं
you
आते.
anyway,
Yes.
Sandra.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental
मुझे मिला.
nonsense is rubbing off on you.
माइन सुबह क्या? लड़ाई होगी.
Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where it's your wild hunt
ओ भाई,
monstrosities versus my
ये कहाँ से आ गए
beautiful
सारे?
creations.
ओ इसने तैयार किए हैं सारे रोबोट्स. हाँ शाको एक्टिव है. ओ भाई साहब. अच्छा, do I need to use this? मुझे लगा स्टोरी चल रही है. माँ की आँख, ये आ गया. क्रेज भाई पैसा बर्बाद बीसी. हर्ष भाई ओपी. भाई साहब अभी पढ़ती हूँ चार्ट जरा ये फाइट कर लो.
बस तो कोई चीज बोल दो. बस तो मुझे आवाज आ रही होगी मेरी. आज लेजेंड्स का रिवीलेंस कब है? स्पेशल प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन में सर्च कर.
That's it. Keep them pinned down. Don't let them get near.
भाई साहब की क्या चल रहा है। चलो इस चक्कर में ओल्ड लोग वापस आएंगे मेंबरशिप देख के। यस, डिस्कॉर्ड इनवैलिड बोथ। अरे देखना जरा, चेक करना डिस्कॉर्ड का लिंक। हाय स्कल बॉय, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम।
पॉज कर दो।
मैं 2 मिनट। हेलो आई एम बैक। यार क्या मस्त सीन चल रहा है। कॉल पे कॉल आ रही है। हेलो गुरी भाई, गुड आफ्टरनून। ये इनवैलिड है सारे जो हमारे डाल दिए ना। अरे कजू तो इन सबको डीएम कर दे एक एक जो लिंक वर्क करता है परमानेंट वाला। भाई भर के घूसा मारेगा ये। उई इधर कुछ और चल रहा है लोकेशन पे। डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल पर पड़ा हुआ है लिंक। एक बार बता दे कहाँ पड़ा हुआ है, इन सबको पता होना चाहिए।
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of...
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
अरे बता भी देना इन्हें कहाँ पड़ा हुआ है।
First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me...
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all...
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't... I've never faced Rarir myself. But from what you've told me, his power is beyond... I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So
once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even... And also how to make... Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what life...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no such... Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me.
Eh?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what... Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
फोन बंद होने वाला है। अच्छा मैंने ये वाला फोन खोल के रखा है। मैं बैड। I got a screen.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel
क्या?
that interests me.
डोरी आ गई?
She also did me a big favor in the past.
भिखारी?
Back when I first
What
arrived
the
in
fuck?
Makai, my trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life
सबको टैग कर दिया। डिस्कॉर्ड पे देख लेना। सबको टैग कराएगा। जूतो ने जा लिंक पड़ा हुआ है सर्वर का।
I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. Huh, what can I say? The great Lord Sangamabe is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Notcry in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
Million Mora? Join
What a way to start the day.
ही लीव करने के लिए करना है तो
Was there
ज्वाइन की
anything else you
कौन
wanted?
कर रहा था
Or can I go
किसने
back
किया
to
था
bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can... After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past.
कुछ मजेदार दिखने वाला है
I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble, unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. Anyway.
Is it actually Kandra?
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they...
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. He really is a professional. Not despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool.
रेरेर की lover
The burial place of a
कौन है?
fallen moon.
Don't tell me ये इसकी lover ये moon तो नहीं है? Moon goddess.
Forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding the burial place of a fallen moon?
पक्का पक्का यही है. पक्का moon goddess जो है वही इसकी lover थी.
Rerir! Dane! Oh, and, Vedaflin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every...
So, what are we discussing?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few...
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big
Who'd have thought the great Twilight...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then?
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest...
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me.
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... What's up, Ved?
It's nothing.
Vedaflin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or... why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do...
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rare looked like back in perfectly normal. No different from anyone. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the
जबरदस्त स्टोरी चल रही है भाई। मुझे क्यूरियोसिटी हो रही है कि कौन थी इसकी लवर या किससे ये शादी कर रहा था, किससे इसने अपनी बात छुपाई थी। ओह, मून गॉडेस नहीं है, मेरे को लगा मून होगी।
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being
Eh?
serviced today, so I got off earlier than
Eh?
usual. How's your
Why
day
does
been?
she look like Lumine?
Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedafamir showed up today too. You know, Dainsleif's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedafilnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was...
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about it? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger... You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not?
So, you do remember. Tell me then.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting for... Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedafilnir, can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis? It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of...
See? You just need to stay positive. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love.
You're right, Felindis. I've just been over...
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave...
Well, that goes without saying.
Welcome to the Dragon
I already told everyone I'd
family.
be coming with a dance part. Besides, they're two completely different things.
इंग्लिश नया कह रही है, अब मैं ले लेती हूँ। बहुत हो गया, नहीं मिल रही मुझे। इतनी मेंबरशिप गिफ्ट करने पे भी नहीं मिला।
Seems like Rare was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work?
मेरी
Let's dig a
किस्मत के
little
भरोसे
deeper.
रही तो अगले जन्म तक वेट करना पड़ेगा। मुझे जहां तक लग रहा है ये तेरी किस्मत नहीं, संदेश भाई की किस्मत है।
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Ray here of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices. After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on. Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past. That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And many of its
संदेश
secrets
भाई
remain
एक्सेप्ट कर लिया
unsolved to this
उन्होंने,
day.
अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरी ही
As it
किस्मत है।
happens, you still haven't told her what you Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Well, but I'll sure as heck be the one to... Speaking of which, we need to be
तो
more
जो है वो
rigorous
है।
in the way we identify direct descendants of the
गुरी भाई
Crimson Moon.
सबने ले लिया, आप क्यों पीछे हो?
Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very
जरूरत नहीं है
reason,
सुनने।
these are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care,
मेरे पास तो
Ray here
गिफ्टेड
of
मेंबरशिप
Solnari.
थी, वो तो चली गई।
I look forward to toasting you at your wedding. Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything.
गुरी भाई की
There are
आंखें
things
बाहर
you
आ
shouldn't
चुकी हैं।
know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of
टाइम
the
टू
past.
बाय ऑन
Even
योर
now
ओन
with
गुरी
the
भाई,
sun
क्योंकि
shining
ऑलरेडी
high in the
20 से
sky,
25
there are
मेंबरशिप्स
those
गिफ्ट हुई हैं,
that
अभी
be
आज
way
आज
Valfnir held back.
उसमें से आपको मिल
I
ही
have
रही
to get a
है।
clear answer from him. No matter what happens.
Rarier seems to be very concerned by Vedderfanir's
Hello,
reaction.
White Hollow, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Vedderfanir and Dainsliff, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I
मुझे
try
फाइट
somewhere
देखनी है
else?
और आज कंप्लीट करना है, फिर टाइम नहीं मिलेगा फिर। Alive with cold, why? अरे मुझे 2 दिन पहले तो मिला, एक्सपायर कैसे हो गई इतनी जल्दी? अरे वो एक्सपायर नहीं हुई, रीसेट करी है मेंबरशिप्स, तो वो सारी रीसेट में
So
चली
he's
गई।
late after all. Just you wait, Rarier. Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes.
You're.
May we have a word in private?
Who are you?
And it doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the
तुम
risk of
कैसी हो?
reaching
मैं
out.
बढ़िया हूँ, आप बताओ।
Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari
Our
led an
conquest है
assault
ना ये?
on one of our
Yep.
strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally
बताया
got
तो
a clear
alive
look at
with
his face
cold.
and learned his
Why
true
not
identity.
hot?
His name
Why
is
cold?
Rarier, and he claims to be one of the king's
ऐसा
guards.
क्या हुआ?
What did you say?
ड्यूट नाइट एयरबस डाउनलोड
Cruel
करी
irony,
की थी,
isn't it?
अब डिलीट कर रहा हूँ। क्यों?
The man you're set
अच्छा
to
नहीं
marry leads
experience?
a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple.
जुकाम है
It's
डूड।
because-
ओ फिर तो स्टीम बांध लो तुम।
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be
कजूतू की
seen
तरह
in that
6
memory.
डोज लो।
It clear. Rarier couldn't possibly know what
My
happened
eyes
if he
can't
wasn't
handle
even
infinite
there.
glitch and
Why
lag.
would her memories appear in his fragment?
Storage थी तुम्हारे पास
The
इतनी? कौन सा
ceremony
गेम
won't last
उड़ाया?
much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
Okay, back. स्टेप फिर वापस आ गई, हमें सब पता चल गया.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rarier's fragment?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we
ग्लिच तो
barely scratched
नहीं
the
मिला
surface.
मुझे. 600
I'm just
GB
as
है
curious as
storage.
you are. But the ceremony only
जुकाम को
allows for
कोल्ड ही तो
limited
बोलते हैं
time
ना. हाँ,
inside. That's all we can
बस
see
गेम
for now.
मैकेनिक्स थोड़े डिफरेंट कर
Luckily,
दिए.
we managed to learn
सो
quite a
कोल्ड
lot.
बोल दिया.
So
अच्छा,
far, so good.
और अब तो
I just
इंटरनेट और
hope the
डायरेक्ट
others are
इंटरनेट
doing
यूज
okay
कर रहा
too.
हूँ. लाइक वो जंप
Especially the group
वाला
with the
बेटा
traveler.
में वो डबल
Their
जंप था.
mission is a risky one. Let's
पहले
hope it's
इसको
all
होने
going
दो, थोड़ा सा
smoothly.
हाइप पे आने दो गेम को, मैं
If
तब
you're
स्टार्ट
worried about
करूँगा.
them, go see
मे
how
बी
they're doing.
नेक्स्ट मंथ.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all
What's
the
the time?
details
It's
and
already
make
3.
sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
Something is going on here. Hello, Mickey, I'm back. Welcome back, AK. And fight में थोड़ा आगे भाग जाती कैरेक्टर. What do I need to do? Why things are so strange here? एंड फाइट में तो कहा गया एयरटेल की माँ का सच में करना पड़ेगा. मेरे को फ्री ना चाहिए बट पुल्स ही नहीं है, क्या करूँ? लंच नहीं कराई के अभी तक. I'll take a break and have my lunch. Wait a second. मैं थोड़ा सा इसे पॉज करती हूँ और मैं लंच लेकर आती हूँ because I'm hungry now. क्रिएट लाइक लेटर एंड वो छोटे को लेके आओ, उसको लेके जाओ छोटा बॉक्स. अरे मैं तो ऐसे ही आ गई. हॉलो जी, आप या तो ग्राइंड करें या फिर आप कोई गिव अवे जीत लें. यू हैव टू पे लाइक डॉट क्राई के एंड. ओके ठीक है. खाना लेकर आती हूँ. गिव मी अ सेकंड. I'm back. ये क्या भेजा यूनिकॉर्न? अरे ये क्या बात हुई? आप तो मॉड है मतलब कि मैं क्या करोगे? अब मैं 5 में आ गया मतलब संदेश कामे। Thanks and sweet bye. Only newbie, right? Newbie HP can be improved by if feather circulate on that hydro you can improve. मेरे को इसकी चार्ट क्यों नहीं दिख रही है? मैं तो अच्छा one review in new bullet ID. Let me check. मॉड्स हटा दो, सेकंड आईडी में आ जाऊंगा। मॉड्स हटा दो मतलब Rudy. Oh, nice crit damage. A nice energy recharge. What's it? हटा देती हर्षमीत, लेकिन सही बताऊं तो ये लोग अभी मॉड्स बने हैं, पहले नहीं थे। पहले मेरे व्यूअर्स थे सिर्फ। और मॉड्स भी तो व्यूअर्स है ना, सबसे बड़ा रोल तो नहीं का होता है। अरे मैं गेंशिन न्यू डाउनलोड किया, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा। क्या समझ नहीं आ रहा बताओ? वैसे भी टॉप 3 का है, टॉप 5 में आके क्या करोगे? हाँ, ये वाला टॉप 3 का है। What you having in lunch मिकी? रात को मटर पनीर बनाया था, वही खा रही हूँ। हाईएस्ट 39 चीटी है आर्टिस्ट की, सब इम्प्रूवमेंट चाहिए। क्रिट रेट वाले ये इस पे तुम अच्छा पीस दे सकते हो, और ये बेकार पीस है, और अच्छा हाई रेट जा सकता है इस पे। बट ठीक है, बेटर देन माय न्यू बुलेट। कैसे खेलते हैं? कैन आई वॉइस चैट विद पीपल? हाँ हाँ श्योर, जॉइन आवर डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल, डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर, someone will help you there. You can't voice chat on this game, but you can take help from other players. यार 55 प्लस करो यार। कितना है इसका? मैंने चेक नहीं किया। टैलेंट्स ठीक है यार, तो ठीक है इसका 59 है। डीसी ओनली यू कैन वॉइस चैट, इन गेम नहीं होगा। यप। न्यू है, कोई बिल्ड कैरेक्टर नहीं है इसकी। ये वाली आईडी, ये तो इसकी है ना जो हम देख रहे हैं। पर ये बंदा मेरी स्ट्रीम पे भी आया था, नाइस। हाँ ये भी न्यू है। यार मेरे घर में टिश्यूज खत्म हो गए सारे। आई नीड टू गो एंड बाय टिश्यू पेपर्स, टॉयलेट पेपर्स। क्रिस भाई किधर है? वो काम से गया था, रात में आएंगे। Okay, let's move forward. ये कौन है? Alichina is struggling like he will. क्या? $83 $160 क्या चीज? अरे इसकी आर्लिचिन हो? Don't speed run AR bro, and content will be hard for you. हाँ. ये खुद से क्यों नहीं चल रहा क्वेस्ट? इनकी आवाज कहाँ गई? आज ऑफ स्ट्रीम की नाइट खेले, टाइम नहीं है आज। ऑफिस का काम पूरा करना है, ट्रिपल स्ट्रीम करनी है। और जल्दी सोना है क्योंकि सुबह जल्दी उठ के ऑफिस जाना है। मैं तो थक गया डुओ में। मॉर्निंग अपन से। हम्म हम्म Enter the care and search for fragments. मैं ड्यूट खेलने जाता हूँ, ठीक है?
The world wishes you well.
खेलते कुछ क्या? दिख नहीं रहा, आर्गन गैस पूरा कर रही हूँ। ये बेकार गेम कौन खेलता है? बहुत तगड़ी स्टोरी चल रही है इस टाइम गेम की, इस बेकार गेम की। मजेदार कुछ खेलो जैसे कि यहाँ पे बोर कर रही है स्टोरी मून चैंटर्स क्या बोर कर रहे हैं ना कुछ फाइट हो रही ना कुछ अच्छा तो वही फाइट वेरी नाइस
Grow, grow, grow! Ah! Shower me with praise!
Illusion shattered.
Committed to memory. This may hurt a little. Make yourself
अच्छा उस
at
मून
home.
में खड़े होने से हमें वो मिलेगी फील
Oh, brilliant! Ah! Oh!
There is no escape.
Time to shine! I see everything.
You poor lost lamb. For the everlasting fold. Shine down.
Yeah! Ah! Temple of Wisdom.
नाइस
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Forest, protect us.
Grow!
Leave this place.
Illusions and thunder oath.
अरे यार fuck. Hello Trax, welcome to the stream. How are you?
You poor lost.
अरे यार.
It's over.
I see everything. Make yourself a room. Let my name echo in song. Hey, stop fighting.
मार दे सर.
Strike a pose. Am I? The show begins.
Leave this place.
Shine down.
May I present? This may turn a little. Everyone hold hands.
Forest, protect us.
Illusion shattered.
Committed to memory. The show begins.
Leave this place.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
With one heart, we pray.
This may turn a little. Let the world collide.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
You poor lost lamb. Perhaps this treasure has been waiting for you all along.
ऊपर जाके उसे पकड़ूं कैसे? ओके cool. free the fragment from the moon now.
Take heart. You toil not in vain.
ये वाला पार्ट पूरा बोरिंग था इस क्वेस्ट का। खत्म करो जल्दी, विलेंस लेकर आओ। आई नीड विलेंस। अभी कितना बचा है काजुतो?
The season of verdure draws near once again.
माइक क्यों ऑन नहीं है दीदी? आवाज नहीं आ रही? आवाज नहीं आ रही?
They might not have seen us yet, but them
मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही क्या? हेलो हेलो,
one little slip up
आ तो रही है.
if they spot us, they'll run straight back. Oh, guess you're right. All right, time.
कजूतो
We almost got spotted.
मुझे याद दिलाता रहियो.
Phew, that was a close call.
कि 7:30 बजे हमारा रिवील एंड स्टफ, उस हिसाब से स्ट्रीम एंड कर दो.
Watch out! It's coming this way. Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these.
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Hey, she's here.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino! You can't!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while.
वाकई एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन दिया गया. अभी भी कितना बाकी है?
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet you. He sure doesn't pull his.
Excuse me, do you...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father's...
How
Oh.
considerate of her. Hey,
Nice, feminine.
Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Lol.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Let's see what's happening in secret base. चल के जाना पड़ेगा क्या इतनी दूर? भाई साहब 4 बज गए, मैं 1 बजे से कर रही हूँ ये।
It's a relief to see you all made it back and
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret.
I see. Then let's get right. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just...
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your...
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers, even at a time.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoil. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles. We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she does, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all. One look and you can tell.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda, time to share that top-secret intel.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of 2 different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, He sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé, called Tholindis. What's the matter?
Verfnir, Freindaughter, Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his?
Well, she was a
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contained some of Tholindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Tholindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Tholindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conorians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian...
If we could somehow find...
It's possible. But that merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her.
All right, then. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right, then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Stay safe, everyone.
We're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off. Everything going smoothly?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flints?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flints' intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flints, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, You should stay here and get some rest. And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the two worlds.
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient...
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins, and smoldered away. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw. Exactly. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Karians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three Moon Sisters. Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames,
appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody. Correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are, so with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called Paranhari, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it! I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
I sense your presence and craving death and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another world, transcended itself. I have no right to. Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight.
Careful! There's something I'm on. By the way, Kalamina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
You poor lost lamb.
Shower me with praise! Hey!
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Shine down!
Leave this place.
Time to shine!
Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Strike a pose!
Clarice, protect us.
No escape!
Let the world collide!
You poor lost lamb.
Huh? Huh? For real? That's way too high! There's no way we'll be able to reach it!
No. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see... Ah! There's some kind of... Wait, see that? like a device from the time of Karia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Look at that! Do you think these mechanisms might be...
Thalindis, we'll leave the rest of the research.
I hope this isn't ruining date night. Mind your own business.
Thalindis? Is that Rare's girl? Oh, yeah!
The Abyss has made this space. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, it's waning moon. Oh, like for me, of all people.
The show begins!
By the frost moon of old.
Oh, looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby. Yeah! Shower me with praise! Time to shine! Ah! Yeah! I see everything!
Illusion shattered! Your poor last leg. See. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end. With the Abyss inhibitors in play, oh, Rarier, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that, if only I...
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Olympus's void... It must be. And there's no time to... These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow! That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, but we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Forest, protect us.
Yoo-hoo! Everyone hold hands! The Temple of Wisdom!
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Strike a pose!
Leave this place. For the everlasting forest.
Let my name echo in song!
Shine down!
Grow, grow, grow! Yeah! Committed to memory!
Forest, protect us. Illusion shattered!
Grow, grow, grow!
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Shower me with praise!
Hello, Master.
Hang in there! We're so close!
Forest, protect us.
We finally did it! The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power... And so... Huh?
At long last, I'm sorry. The moment the moon tell me, you look, but trust me when.
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? It sounded like she was... Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers. But anyway, alright. Time... That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in. Waning moon. Huh? Oh, lifeless damsel. Oh.
will show us no mercy. Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart! Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
Is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of it.
Oh...
As much as I'd like.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Column... Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina! Are you okay? I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds, that's all.
By the Frost Moon's authority.
Just one more ray of... It's okay. I can...
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to I want to see him gone for...
When I first met you, you didn't strike me, but now, you're full...
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
I knew
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. Once you... All right. That's it from me.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture.
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that... In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing. Do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going smoothly. Oh, hey look! They made it back as well! Flint's! Lama! How did it all go?
All All is well, thank you.
I ran into Miss Inef.
You seem rather...
I certainly am. Fighting alone can get quite...
We meet again.
Albedo! What are you...
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisaged.
These two courageously lent me a hand, and given how people of outstanding...
So? Who's your...
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance.
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it...
Yeah, I'm not as...
Interesting, isn't it?
Wow! You look... so different!
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as...
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now!
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves. If that's not a sign of endearment, what is?
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human relationships.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Columbina, leave with you? How come she isn't back yet?
She's been catching up with old friends.
Uh-oh.
Judging from your expression...
It's getting crowded here.
No need.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'll be meeting Sandrone.
We really appreciate your...
Oh, come on.
I understand.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good...
Are you saying we're about to...
As a matter of fact...
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only...
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing...
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's guessing you've heard about the Wild Hunt, then.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo!
After all...
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us? Oh, good point. Paimon...
I wonder what's taking the...
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's...
I just got back.
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to under such...
Oh, but it's fine for me.
What can I say?
Impressive. She...
As I'm sure...
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a...
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to... Feel free to chat.